In this video, I'm going to tell you exactly how I've been able to automate and scale my dropshipping business to do multiple six figures every year. You just need to follow this 3-step method that I'll go through quickly in this video, and that way you'll know the framework that I use to outsource, automate, and ultimately scale my business to make multiple six figures every year. The first step to scaling a dropshipping business to multiple six figures is firstly to choose the right dropshipping business model. There's lots of different types of dropshipping, and actually dropshipping is only really the fulfillment method that you use for your e-commerce business. So make sure you choose the right type of e-commerce business that you can actually go and scale well into the multiple six figures. And that's just been done within the first few years. The scale of this business is much larger than what I've been able to grow it to so far, and I'll keep you posted on this channel for my success moving forward. But hopefully you'll be along with me for the journey, and you'll also be able to grow your business to much higher than mine as well, because you can learn from the mistakes I've made. The first mistake I made when I went through this framework was actually I chose the wrong business model first. I've spoken about this in previous videos, but the first type of dropshipping business I did was by signing up to AliExpress. I created a Shopify store and I was selling cheap products that were being stocked in China. This is not the right type of business model. And actually, if you want to quickly scale a business where customers are happy, where you're happy, that is sustainable and going to make sales for the long term, you need to look at how can you build a brand where you can stand behind and that you've got suppliers that are really going to produce high quality products for your customers. So that type of business model is selling high ticket products from the UK suppliers and sending them directly to UK customers. So there is a way to do that. And once you've identified that this way is the way to do it, then that's your first step. To convince you more that that's the first step that you need to take, I'll just quickly run through the numbers behind why I would choose high ticket dropshipping instead of AliExpress dropshipping. Well, it's quite simple to break it down. The average order value, I'd say, for products that you can dropship on AliExpress is probably around £50. There's all sorts, but the average that you can probably land on initially, say it's about a £50 product. This is the sort of product that I was selling, like a Bluetooth gamepad controller, and you can get it from your supplier for maybe £30 and sell it for £50. Okay, that's the AliExpress model. Now think about the numbers behind the new model that I'm suggesting that you follow, which is the high ticket UK dropshipping model. And this is where your average order value for your products is actually £1,000, because you're selling products like gazebos or barbecues or mountain bikes or lighting or any of these sort of large high ticket items that people want in the UK. Any of these types of items, the average order value can easily be upwards of £1,000. But for this example, we'll say £1,000. Now say we get the same margin that you have with your AliExpress supplier. So that was a 40% margin. That means a 40% margin on a £1,000 product means you'll spend £600 to your supplier to get that product over to your customer. That leaves you with a £400 profit per order compared to the £20 profit that you'd make with the AliExpress model. That is a huge difference. That's a difference of 20 times the profit per order just by choosing a different business model. And from experience, it takes the same amount of effort to build a Shopify store, to set up your ads, whether you're selling cheap products or expensive products. It's the same amount of effort, but the amount of reward is so much higher when you sell high ticket products instead of the low ticket products. So step 1, choose the business model that can get you to multiple six figures and stick with that. Step 2 is to build the foundations of your business. Now, the way I did this was to follow a training program so that I knew the step-by-step guide to be able to do this. And essentially, the way that you do this, you break it up into, say, a 6-week time frame that you'll allow yourself to go from choosing this business model to setting up your ads, launching and making your first sale. So have a time frame in mind. And I had a time frame of about 6 weeks. And I knew that I was going to do all of the actions that it took to go from that idea initially to running ads to a store and having suppliers on board within 6 weeks. Then this is your build phase. So throughout this build phase, you need to set up your limited company and business bank account. Then you need to choose the niche that you're going to go into, get a good idea of the market. That's the niche validation stage when you look at the market, and then you choose a niche, say barbecues that you land on. you choose a niche that you're happy with, and then you can move into the next stage of the build stage. That's when you build your Shopify store. Then you'll go on to assign your suppliers. So at this point, you're going to reach out to the barbecue suppliers in the UK that will allow you to sell their products to UK customers. That's when you get those on board. You need to make sure you've got at least 4 suppliers as a minimum before you go on to run your Google ads. And that links nicely onto the next stage of the build phase. To finish off is to get your ads live. And the way to do that is to set up your Google Performance Max campaigns. So from that build phase, you've chosen your products, you've got suppliers on board, you've got a website, you've got a marketing campaign set up. You're now ready to start making sales. So I've just taken you through. That was step 2. Step 1 was identifying your business model. Step 2 was to build and give yourself 6 weeks to get yourself up and running and your marketing campaign live. And now we'll move on to the 3rd step, which is where you can really scale. And this is how you can make a business that will really allow you to leave the 9 to 5 and work from anywhere in the world. So this step 3 in the process to scale and build a dropshipping business is my personal favorite. Once you've got yourself built and set up, you've got an amazing foundation to then learn and grow from that position. So the book that really sparked my interest in this scaling phase and automating was a book called The E-Myth Revisited. And it talks all about how you can systematize your business so that it's a simple set of processes that you can automate and outsource. That way your business can scale because it doesn't need your engagement with it every single day. And also it means you can focus on the key processes that need to be done every day in order for your business to grow. So I highly recommend that book. To break it down, essentially it tells you how you need to identify what your customer journey is from meeting your business in the first place, finding out who you are, to becoming a customer. And you need to work out what are the steps that you take along that customer journey. That becomes your key process that you need to focus on and make sure that is working absolutely as effectively as possible. Once you've got that, have a look at the tasks that you do to complete each of those steps along the customer's journey and work out firstly which of the tasks that you can automate using a automation software like Zapier so that you're taken away from these tasks as much as possible. Then after that, you should start to record the tasks that you do need to do yourself. And these will be the sort of tasks that go day to day, which are answering customer phone calls, answering customer emails, live chats, and working through your inbox and processing orders. You need to write down your process for how you complete each of these tasks. And you just put it into a bullet point form, so like a Google Doc, and then record yourself with the Loom software doing each of these processes. Then when you've recorded yourself doing these processes, you can then hand it over to somebody else to start completing these processes for you. And generally I hire out of the Philippines to work on these kind of tasks because lots of reasons. They're really hardworking, cheerful people. They've got great English and they're brilliant at customer service, much better than I ever will be. So I hire those guys. And then from that, you've then got a lot of your business outsourced and you can focus on optimizing your ad campaigns and signing suppliers. And that means that your business can continue to scale while you get better suppliers on board, while you optimize your ad campaign. You can spend 5 days a week, 7 days a week, however long you want to work, focusing on that important part of the business. And that allows you to scale while your virtual assistants handle the day-to-day tasks. So hopefully that explains how you can go from nothing to just an idea all the way up to scale to multiple 6 figures and beyond. And hopefully that's been helpful for you. First thing that I recommend you do is check out the link in the description, the first one, which is a training program that I mentioned that I followed to go through that build phase. And it's a program that will take you, just as it took me, through the step-by-step guide to how to build one of these businesses. Also, I'm a member of that community and I'm one of the coaches for that program. So if you want to ask me about how to do this, the best way is to join up to that program and you'll have access to me so I can help you build and scale your business as high as you want to go. So follow that link, that will take you to the free training, and from there you'll learn how to start and build one of these businesses and how to join the program. Also, I have links underneath that, which is my quick YouTube series, the 10-day training to get your business set up as well. So I recommend you follow through, watch those links, and you'll get a much deeper understanding of how to actually build one of these businesses that you can scale to 6 and 7 figures quickly. With that said, check out that first video that's linked on screen at the moment. And until next time, thanks for watching. Cheers.